Today's video is brought to you by iMyFone. Using their YouMate Pro tool, you can erase iOS data permanently to secure your privacy. You can learn more at the end of the video or hit the first link down below. TSP, new studio, take one. Yo guys, welcome to my ultimate $2,000 gaming/editing setup. Yo guys, TSP here from TSP Tech, and finally, after 4 months of careful planning, looking for the best prices, the best deals, I have put together my ultimate bang for buck $2,000 gaming/editing setup. Let's take a look. First off, we got the main centerpiece, the item you've all been eyeing in the back of my videos. So, this is Iris, my $1,500 custom PC build. In fact, my very first PC build. Now, I made a whole video documenting the process it took to build this PC, which you can find linked down below or in the top right corner. And in that video, I talked about all the specs, but here's a quick rundown. It's rocking an Intel Core i5-8400, 16GB of DDR4 RAM from G.Skill, an Asus GTX 1050 Ti OC Edition, 120GB of pure solid-state storage from Kingston, paired with a 7200 RPM WD Blue mechanical hard drive. It's all powered by the EVGA 600B 80+ bronze power supply, all housed inside the beautiful Cooler Master Masterbox Lite 5 RGB case. Now at the front, it has two USB 3.0 ports, a headphone in and microphone in, along with a hard drive light, a reset button, and of course the power button. However, on the back, I have most of my stuff plugged in directly to the motherboard. Now, on the front, also are these three gorgeous RGB LED fans, which is why I'm calling it Iris. Those three front fans remind me of three colorful eyes. Overall, the PC is great. There have been a few cases where it has crashed or has legged up on me, but not as drastic as the ones on my old laptop. Plus, in the event that it does crash, restart times are much faster thanks to that SSD. If you're interested in seeing a full video on the PC, let me know in the comments below. With that being said, let's move on to the rest of the setup. Also, I'll have everything mentioned in this video, including the parts of my PC, linked down below in case you guys are interested. Now, to view the contents of the computer, I went with a 25-inch LG 25UM P58-P ultra-wide monitor. It has an amazing 25-inch 1080p IPS LED panel with a 5 milliseconds response time and a refresh rate of 75 Hz. So no, not the best of the best when it comes to displays, but I believe this is the best bang for buck ultra-wide you can get, coming in at only 149 Canadian dollars. Viewing angles are great, the image looks sharp and have high contrast, and overall it's a great budget ultra-wide monitor. One of my main problems though is the base. It's just ugly in my opinion, but for the price, LG did have to cut some corners, and I'll let it slide. On the back, there are two HDMI ports along with a power out and a headphone jack, so if you'd like to connect your speakers directly to the monitor, you can do that. Now on the left and the right side of my monitor, I have a pair of Logitech Z150 desk speakers. Now if you notice, these are the same ones from the last episode, and that's because I didn't feel the need to upgrade them since they work just fine. In terms of peripherals, I have a Red Dragon K551 Vera RGB mechanical gaming keyboard, along with a Logitech G602 wireless mouse. Now the K551 is an amazing keyboard for the price, coming in at $47 US. It features Cherry MX Blue equivalent switches, which feel great, but also give you that nice clicky mechanical sound that you get with the traditional mechanical keyboard. Yes, it's not for everyone, but for those that want to invest in a good mechanical keyboard that won't break the bank, this is a very good option. All in all, it's a great keyboard, but my one complaint is the wrist rest or the lack of one. Having a wrist rest makes you type so much more comfortably, and the lack of one really makes it such an uncomfortable keyboard, so I had to go ahead and spend another $15 to pick up this foam padded wrist rest. So that $47 now turns into $62 if you want to type comfortably. Now the G602 is an amazing mouse. It features an ergonomical design that fits comfortably in the palm of your hand with different textures across the mouse. It has 6 different programmable buttons on the side, along with 2 DPI buttons that can also be customized. It runs on dual AA batteries that are supposed to last up to 250 hours of continuous use. Fun fact, the mouse can actually be run on a single battery in case you don't have a second one for about 125 hours, which is pretty cool. Now, the mouse has 2 modes, endurance mode and performance mode. Endurance mode will basically chew up less battery, but also not give you the full potential of the mouse, while performance mode will put it to its max, but chew up more battery. So you gotta pick either or. In my case, I use endurance mode when I'm casually browsing the web or checking emails, and I use performance mode for when I really need that extra bit of power, such as gaming or editing these videos. One thing I don't like is that there is a power on and off switch. This might be common on other mice, but the mouse I was using before just went to sleep automatically and turned on every time I clicked it, which was a major time saver. But now I always have to remember to turn it off so I can save some battery life, which I'm still getting used to. Overall, it's a great mouse and I highly recommend it, but that $62 price tag might just be a little too much for some people. Now, although the G602 is an amazing mouse, I read an article a while back about how the design of mice in general are not very ergonomical. So I would always see these ergonomical mice online and always wanted to pick one up, but never got the chance to. So when FirstGo decided to reach out and ask me if I'd be interested in testing out their Ergo Slider Plus, I was more than happy to. A couple days later, the package arrives in this very Apple-like box. Inside lies the Ergo Slider Plus, the roller bar which will be used as the mouse, more on that later, as well as some quick start guides. Now, setup is cake. All you have to do is place the roller bar on the dedicated area, attach the USB cable to your computer. Now you have the option of routing the cable either to the left side or the right side. In this case, I have it routed to the right side just to test it out. Now, this is an interesting concept. It's a whole new take on a whole new design for the mouse ever since it was invented, and I love it. To control the mouse, you use the roller bar left to right to move the cursor left and right, and you just twist it up and down to go up and down. There are also two left and right click buttons, which are very clicky by the way, but you can also push down on the bar itself to click. There's a scroll wheel along with a forward and back button also. Overall, I love the concept, and if you take a couple days to learn it, you can definitely be a pro at it. So yeah, shout out to FirstGo for sending this out, and if you want to see a whole video about the Ergo Slider Plus, which I know you do, and see how it works, let me know in the comments below. I'd be more than happy to make it. Now, while I was in the middle of shooting this, I did pick up an all-key extended mouse pad. That's why it appears in some of the shots, but not the others. Basically, I ordered this when I found out that my mouse was actually slipping on my desk and wouldn't catch all of my movements, and I found it especially frustrating when I was playing games such as Fortnite or editing these videos. So not only does it provide a nice surface for my mouse to rest on and use on, but it also protects my desk. All in all, it's a great mouse pad and a last-minute buy, and I'm thankful that I actually bought it. As you may have noticed, I picked up a blue Snowball Ice microphone. I made an unboxing video which you can find linked down below. The main reason I picked up the Snowball Ice is because I wanted to get into streaming now that I have a more powerful computer, and I actually have a Twitch channel, TSB Tech, which will be linked down below if you want to follow me. So that's basically why I got a Snowball Ice, so I can stream on Twitch. Also, I want a better audio quality, but like, who cares about that, am I right? All jokes aside, the blue Snowball Ice actually does sound pretty amazing and is a huge step up over my older condenser $20 shotgun mic. And if you want to see a full comparison between the shotgun mic and the blue Snowball, check out my unboxing linked down below. Okay, so as I was editing this video, I kept hearing all the sounds from this mic, so that's why I went ahead and bought a windscreen in the middle of editing. So this is the same thing as the microphone stand, the Rumble microphone pop filter, and hopefully it should eliminate all the sound effects. I also picked up a Logitech C270 720p webcam, also for streaming. However, the video is in a 4:3 aspect ratio over the much preferred standard 16:9. Regardless, for $27, it's an amazing webcam that works fine just for casual things like Skype calls with grandma and grandpa, and no complaints here. Now, do you see that thing hooked up to the blue Snowball? Yeah, that's the Rumble Studio microphone stand. Any reasons why I went with it? Well, basically, nothing else would fit my desk. Yeah, this desk is just way too thick. I bought a newer microphone stand which wouldn't fit at all, and this one just barely fits, but it does scratch on my desk a little bit. Overall, the stand itself is pretty bad. It wobbles around a lot, and it's come loose a couple of times, but it's the best I can do right now because of how thick this desk is. Speaking of the desk, this is the IKEA Mom Desk. I recently saw it in an episode of the Perfect Desk Setup from TechSource, and I instantly fell in love with it. It was the perfect color, it was big enough to hold my PC and my ultra-wide monitor, but not too big that it would take up a lot of space. It has a drawer on top and a cabinet at the bottom. Fun fact, I hooked that bottom piece on backwards, hence why you can see wood sticking out of it. Now what's underneath the desk is something you may not have even noticed. This is a KingShare USB-C SD card reader. It has a regular SD card reader, a micro SD card reader, as well as a regular USB 2.0 port. It all works through USB-C, which my motherboard has one, so I thought I'd take advantage of it. But Instead of having blazing fast speeds, this thing is slow, and the USB 2.0 port is not even that fast. And fun fact, you actually can't plug in a USB and an SD card reader at the same time, which is a bummer. So overall, had I looked at all the flaws of this device, I definitely wouldn't have picked it up. Now, how do I actually have it connected? I have an extended USB-C cable wired in underneath my desk and plugged in directly to the USB-C port on the back of my motherboard. Now, there's one thing you may have noticed about this setup. There's no consistent color scheme, and that's exactly what I wanted. I didn't want to stick to one exact color and then get bored of it and then build a whole new setup. I wanted this to be a multi-purpose setup where I can change the colors depending on the mood and basically have a little fun with it. So that's why I can change the whole color scheme of my setup using the 3 RGB lights, the backlight of the keyboard, and I have an RGB strip installed along the back of my desk, which I can control using a remote. All in all, this whole setup is exactly what I wanted. Everything that I've been researching for the past 2 months has come to life, and I couldn't be more happier. This is my ultimate $2,000 gaming/editing setup. Thanks for watching. I know you've been waiting for this video for a while now, and hopefully you guys enjoyed it. But before I go, I do want to thank our sponsor for today, iMyFone. So iMyFone's UMate Pro tool will allow you to clean your iOS device and wipe it completely when you're resetting it. Usually when you're resetting your phone, there's a little bit of cache left behind that could exploit your privacy, but iMyFone's UMate Pro tool eliminates that. Plus, it'll remove unwanted and unused junk files to make your iOS device run much faster. So yeah, to check it out, hit the first link down below, and thank you to iMyFone for sponsoring this video. And of course, thank you for watching, and I'll talk to you guys in the next video. Peace!
Please put this in.